Alexandria does not welcome us. Not truly. The city is golden in the light, marble and limestone bathed in sun and salt. But behind the domes, in the hush of scrolls, lies only indifference. Our coin vanishes quickly. Lodging, food, bribes for a place at the archive. What's left goes to the doctors, who speak gently but do nothing. They prescribe powders, syrups, spells etched in wax and smoke. None of it helps. At first, Eleni grew weaker with each year. Now it's by the day. I have tried everything. Potions from street witches, prayers muttered by priests. Still she sweats through her sheets and forgets words she's known for her whole life. Her skin yellows, her eyes begin to dull. And then she stops waking. I panic. I weep. I try starving myself beside her as if grief itself might open some divine gate. Yet I've known all along what I must do. But I buried it beneath study, beneath ritual and prayer, pretending there was still more to learn when in truth, the path has always ended here. One night, desperate, I press a blade to my wrist and let the blood run warm next to her mouth. And she swallows, just once. But I see a flicker, a breath. So I do it again the next night, and the next. The cold returns worse every time that she feeds. So for weeks now I have survived as I once did in the hills outside of Delphi, on scraps, on animals, on luck. But her condition does not improve. It stalls, caught between life and death, between waking and dreamless sleep. The answer doesn't come from a library or from a temple. It waits in a den beneath the perfume quarter where the air reeks of old wine and poppy smoke. A place where coin buys you prophecy or poison. A woman with broken teeth tells me to ask for the jackal. I do. I give him half of my remaining silver and a preserved tongue kept in a jar of honey. He nods, pulling aside a rust-colored curtain and leading me down a stairwell that should not exist. We descend into a small chamber lit by guttering candles. On a low table rests the scroll that I have hunted for years, its edges blackened, bound in red twine, sealed with wax and marked with a solar disk. Sekhmet, the jackal whispers. Daughter of Ra. His vengeance. I unseal it carefully. The papyrus cracks at the edges, brittle with age, but the ink, dried blood, I believe, is still legible. A sacred thing, an unholy thing, saved from the great library that Caesar set ablaze. I trace the feline-headed sigil and smile. Sekhmet. Lioness of war, mistress of the plague. She who raises cities with her breath and laps up rivers of blood to cool her wrath. Mother of those whose thirst water can never quench. I hand it to the jackal to read. He clears his throat and speaks. To awaken what you should not wake. Feed the thrall of your own heart's wine, seeded with the drink of the pure. He looks at me. Then you must speak the incantation. My brow furrows, and he writes out the translation to me before giving me back the scroll, saying that the words must be spoken after the transference. I take the papyrus and leave in silence. The jackal watches me go, eyes filled with a pity that he does not voice. I promised Eleni years ago. that there would be no murders. And I have held that promise. Only animals. Only what I could buy. Only what was already dead. But now, the drink of the pure. There is no way around it. No loophole, no mercy. Blood taken in innocence, or I lose her to the dark forever. I wander the market, hollow and bitter. Children run past, laughing, uncaring, my foreignness allowing me to drift about unseen. And then a boy drops a bruised fig at my feet. I stoop down to hand it to him, and he smiles, gap-toothed and unafraid, before rejoining his friends. That night, I follow him. It is not clean. It is not noble. He screams once, then falls silent, and his blood is overwhelming. My first taste of a human in decades, sweet and bright and sacred. But I take no joy in it. I bury what's left beyond the town wall and whisper something like a prayer. Back in our room, I draw the blade again, deeper this time, and press the wound to Eleni's lips. I call her name. I beg her. I say I'm sorry. I say that I will burn for this. I say that I cannot live without her. My blood, mixed with his, pulses into her mouth, and she drinks. Slowly at first, then greedily, instinct stirring under her flesh. Coldness floods my body, and my vision swims. The air hums with a heat that doesn't touch the skin. Something ancient stirs in the corners of the room. The stone tilts beneath me and the mist curls at the edges of my sight. I collapse beside her, the world narrowing into a single point of light. Yet, through the haze, her eyelids flutter. A breath catches in her throat. I have damned myself. I may have damned her as well. But she is alive. My lips tremble as I whisper the final words before the darkness swallows me whole. Mistress of eternity, vessel of power, come, drink my sins.